My BF, 32M, 27F, is constantly moving the goalpost of what he expects from me. I really love him, so will always appease him, but I need advice on what I can do or if I should move on. Update: thank you everyone. I am so overwhelmed with the support, although I know it's right to move on. Hearing it from fresh lenses from kind strangers has given me the strength. I missed out a big detail in my story. I actually moved in with him and lived with him for over 1.5 years. I moved in with him despite the red flags because he lost his job and I wanted to help him pay rent and bills. He's been back on his feet for the past 10 months and actually will get a huge pay soon. Anyway, after reading everything you guys mentioned, I finally told a potential landlord that I met with a week ago when all these shit went down that I will sign the place and just designed 30 minutes ago and paid the 2 months deposit and the first month rent. I think this is the best way to move on. Sad face. It's going to be a tough few months ahead and I'm really close to his mom and she obviously doesn't want us to break things off. But anyway, I'm leaving him when he's on an upward slope with his career and I think the breakup will do us both good. If anything, he was the one that said if I didn't do all those things he requested he will likely break up with me anyway, so I think it's all good. Edit: thanks everyone for the advice. Sorry can't reply to everyone's questions, so thought I'd give a quick edit down below the too long didn't read part. I don't want to take too much of everyone's time, but will give a random example out of the many things he expects of me. I have a male acquaintance that is in the same industry as I am. My BF and I went lunch with this male acquaintance once and my BF thinks the guy likes me because there was about 20 minutes where we didn't engage in conversation with him and was just talking to each other. The guy doesn't like me and also has a GF. So my BF doesn't like him and expects me to stop talking to him, the male acquaintance, and I actually talk about work. We are not colleagues but met mutually through another friend, and because we are in same industry we update each other on random stuff about the market. I already respected my BF's decision and said he'll cut him off, but he thinks it's not enough. He thinks I should shout at this guy before I cut him off. I think this is unreasonable and refused. 2 days later he said he expects me to now not only shout at him but to invite him out and ditch him last minute. It's immature and unnecessary. He says it's because it seems I have something with this guy, hence my choosing him over my BF. This is just one example of whatever I do won't ever satisfy him. Does he love me hence his controlling, or is he crazy and just expects me to live by his rules? Too long didn't read. Should I break up with my BF as he keeps moving the goalpost further away? Edit: regarding the 20 minutes convo and leaving him out, there were actually 2 other people there, one guy and one girl. I know the male acquaintance more and my BF doesn't know any of them. I got my BF to talk to the girl as they have common topics. After a while I spoke with the male acquaintance as we were talking about he potentially intro me to his company, which I even tried bringing my BF into the convo here and there about this. Regarding hanging out with friends, I can only hang out with female friends and need to take a pic to show him, but most of the time we all bring BF/husbands, or if the guy is gay. He actually said from now on, outside of work contact, every guy I want to message needs his pre-approval. Ever since I dated him there were maybe 4 instances I hung out a guy outside of work alone for lunches, and shit hit the fan 3/4 times, so now I just stop. I don't really hang out in group settings with guys anymore, even if guy or girl, if my BF is not there. He's met almost all my friends. That behavior is not going to change, it will only get worse. Next, it may be all men, most women, your family, friends he doesn't like, etc. But it won't be that obvious. It will be like him saying he loves you but you change when they're around and he loves the real you, or something like that. Mess with your mind and make you feel guilty. Mess with your heart. You might want to prove to him how much you love him, so you will bend over backwards and jump through hoops, but it will never be enough. You don't have to change a thing about yourself to be loved and valued, not one thing. This isn't like compromising on dinner. This behavior is hurting you, and your friendships and work relationships, and that's not okay. It doesn't sound like he wants what's best for you. Best of luck. The very first sentence of your post just broke my heart. So, your boyfriend wants you to be manipulative, petty, and irrationally aggressive towards this random co-worker? You can be damn sure that your BF feels entitled to treat you the same way. Yes, you should break up with this man. He seems to lack a moral compass, and if this relationship's not already controlling and abusive, it certainly seems to be trending in that direction. He's a 32 years old and expects you to make plans with this guy and then ditch him? What? Haha, your BF sounds like he's in high school. Do you really want to be the type of person who mistreats others when they've done nothing wrong? This work friend of yours may, or may not like you, but if he's never crossed any boundaries, what's the problem? Your boyfriend sounds possessive, jealous and controlling. The latter, he's crazy and expects you to live by his rules. Demanding you to cut off a platonic male colleague is already controlling. Asking you to berate and essentially prank an innocent dude is next level and totally weird of him to do. This sounds like something a 14-year-old would honestly suggest. A cruel high school prank, not a man in his 30s. He, 36M, introduced me, 30F, to his ex-girlfriend, 34F, smiley face. Hello, so a guy was interested in me a few months ago, and I was a little infatuated with him. All of this is good. The worst part is when he introduced me to his female friend, it was awkward. Can sense the negative energy. She kept asking me how we met and if we knew each other well enough to move forward in this relationship. What does that supposed to mean? I've asked if she was his ex, and guess what? She was. Confused face. That's a big no-no for me. Is he taking her approval? I start feeling uncomfortable and she goes like there's nothing to worry about, seriously we are just friends now. I can tell that she's enjoying this. I'm confused and frustrated. Please, advise me on what I should do next. I feel hurt. Disappointed face. I do like him a lot but this is just too much for me. TDLR, my boyfriend, 36M, introduced me, 30F, to his ex-GF, 34F. Edit, I appreciate all of the encouragement and kind words. I'm doing much better now. Thank you so much, Orange Heart. I'd immediately bail. Man's perspective. If a woman ever did me like that, I'd cut communication same day. Do you think he would like you introducing your ex to him and him questioning him like that and you two staying friends? No, this isn't okay. This is all red flags that he would do that and stay friends. Whoa, I would not like that one bit. First off, how long did they date for and how long ago did they break up? And why did they break up? Why did they stay friends and why is it important for him to introduce you to her? Is he really seeking approval from her or is trying to make her jealous? Thoughtful face. Face with monocle, an ex in the picture like that is either a good sign or good company. I think the energy you felt is real and should not be ignored. It was very insensitive to corner you this way. Depending on how serious you two are with each other, I'd have a talk about this whole ex situation and ask him to cut off this unnecessary friendship with the ex, or remove yourself from this toxic situation. Best! Exclamation mark. I'm afraid I don't have any answers. When I saw the touchy thing in front of me, I just knew he had an ex. I like him, but I have enough respect for myself to leave him and walk away. You tell him straight up you didn't appreciate being trotted out in front of his ex to be assessed and judged like a brood mare. It doesn't matter if he has framed it as she's an old friend and it's important to me that you get along with her. He totally put you on the back foot while she held all the cards. It's okay to express that some warning would have been nice and that you felt interrogated and judged by the ex-girlfriend. I'm guessing such is the case from some of your comments. You might also want to let him know that his way of introducing you was an A/hole move and that he lied about the situation. Personally, I'm icked out by the situation, but that's just me. I'd much prefer advance warning along the lines of, hey, I hope you don't mind meeting up with a few of my friends, FYI one of them is my ex. We're still friends and I'd like it if we could all get along. Only you can decide if you're willing to continue in a relationship with a guy who seeks the approval of his ex about his current girlfriend. Only you can decide if you're willing to play nice and develop a further friendship with the ex, as it appears to be what your BF wants to happen. If you're looking for a steer on what to do next, I'd advise talking to him. Lay out what happened, how it made you feel and how you think he should have approached it. If he attacks you and makes you feel like crap, you know to dump him. If he receives what you say with an open mind and takes on board how he put you in an uncomfortable situation, you might consider giving the relationship another chance subject to limited contact with his ex, for you, and his assurance that he'll never put you in a similar position again. Feels like Prince Charles, Camilla and Diana situation. This one's definitely not healthy and you need to communicate this to your partner. It's fine to be friends with your ex, but to seek their approval and blindsiding your girlfriend about it definitely isn't. Maybe they both think they are friends now, but such close friendship usually has messy history and possible confusing future. Don't get into this trap. You need to set up clearly you aren't comfortable with this. How would he feel if you introduced him to one of his exes like this? He needs to set some boundaries. I have a 5-year-old daughter and my girlfriend lives with us. Today my girlfriend told me her sexual needs are not being met. She says I'm not on the same level in the relationship as her and she left for the night for me to think things over. So I'm 24 and female as well, and my life is so difficult because I'm transitioning my girlfriend into my family with my daughter and it's very difficult. I didn't think it would be like this, but my daughter is so dependent on me in ways I never realized, and she has become more dependent since my girlfriend has moved in, and I'm really trying with her, but she's testing my patience. Trying to balance my adult life and being a mother is impossible. My girlfriend and I were watching a show tonight and my daughter comes out because she's hungry. She was playing in her room while we were watching the show, but at that moment I had to make her a pancake. I don't know why she's doing stuff like this, but I told her to play alone for just an hour and if she needs anything to get me, but I asked her if she wanted pudding or something. Something I can just open up and give to her, right? No, it had to be a pancake. She threw a fit for a pancake 45 minutes before her bedtime and I did it, so there goes the show with my girlfriend. What was I supposed to do here? And then my girlfriend and I take a bath together and go to bed. Our normal routine when we are both home and not working a night shift. Well, in the bath we were talking about how things were going and we both agree it's hard, but she told me one concern is that we rarely have sex and she says she's a young adult and she has needs. I understand that, but I told her she's dating a parent and needs to compromise if she wants to be in this relationship. That makes sense, right? Well, that escalated and she told me she's not in the relationship half the time, and I guess what she means by that is that I'm not devoted to her all the time, but I am a mother of a 5-year-old. I can't ignore my child. After our little argument she was pretty upset and told me if she doesn't compromise my ways to be in this relationship evenly then we're going to have problems, and then she left for the night to stay with her brother. She said bye to my daughter and me and everything, so she didn't leave angry, and she says she's giving me time to think about things and she'll see me tomorrow. What I want is to balance my daughter and my relationship so we can all be happy. My daughter's father passed 6 months after she was born, and ever since I've never really thought I could find love again, and I did with a girl. I am really happy with my life and my relationship and my daughter. I want this to stay together so we can all be a family at some point, but it's so difficult to keep everything tied together. What should I do now? TL, doctor. My relationships with my daughter and my girlfriend are difficult to balance and I can't do it efficiently anymore. My girlfriend got upset and left for the night and told me to think things over. How do I make integrating my girlfriend into my family with my daughter work?